Today we're going to create a CE8 assessment. So the title of my presentation is Creating a CE8 Assessment. This is a 5-minute video from Terry Gleason. I created this video using Acrobat.com and Jing from TechSmith. You may have heard about TechSmith from or through the product Camtasia Studio. This is kind of like Camtasia Studio except a lot easier to use. I have a 5-minute video. I'm going to go to my next slide. Notice to create an assessment in CE8, I need to be in the Build tab. Now I just want to let instructors know that I went through my CE8 pages and I used Jing to acquire images, and then I imported the images into my Acrobat.com tool and created a presentation and then exported that presentation as a PDF back into Jing, and now I'm making a movie. And you can make movies like this that will allow you to create your own content for your classes. Okay, I'm moving right along to the next slide. See that I'm in CE8. I'm looking at the left-hand navigation bar. I'm in Build, don't forget last slide, and now I'm going to create an assessment. Before I click that button though, I want you to see there are already 3 assessments in my list of assessments, and I'm going to add to this list. I'm going to have 4 assessments when I get finished creating my assessment. So I'm going to click Create Assessment and go to the next slide. There it is, and this is a page that opens up that gives me a way to create an assessment. First off, I have to give my assessment a title. Now I called my assessment New Assessment. You could call yours Test 1 or Quiz 1 or Chapter Test or Midterm Final. You choose whatever the title is going to be for your assessment. And notice if it's a graded assessment that the gradebook in CE8 will automatically have a column created, and the gradebook column name in my case is New Assessment, same as the title. So if you have, there are other kinds of assessments. If you have an assessment that's not graded, you won't have a grade column created in the gradebook. Note here by my star, you cannot show an assessment until questions have been added. So you'll see down here in item visibility, hide item stays clicked until questions have been added. I'm going to the next slide. Don't forget, when you make changes in CE8, you need to save your changes. So on the next slide, we're going to the bottom of the page. There it is. There's my save button indicated by a gray arrow. Don't forget to click save. If you do, you won't see your changes, you won't see your assessment. You just have to go through this page again, no big deal. Okay, so I'm click save. I'm going to my next slide, and you can see now I have 4 assessments in my create assessment page. My new assessment down here is what I created. It's a link. If I click the link, then I can go to the next slide, and you'll see I have a way of adding questions to my assessment. I can either use a test item file that I got from a publisher or that I created myself, and then I'm going to add to assessment using those test questions, or I can create questions, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to click Create Questions, go to the next slide, and you can see that Create Questions gives me a drop down of 9 individual question types. I'm choosing multiple choice. I could also choose true or false. Both those question types are graded by CE8, and the scores end up for individual students in the gradebook, and you can use a combination of question types. So I'm going to click multiple choice, and then I'm going to my next screen, and in my next screen, notice for my multiple choice question, I have to give the question a title. I called it question 1. Don't type your question into the title. Type your question into the question box, and when you get finished, go down to the rest of the page and answer the questions to make your question. Last slide. Don't forget to ask your publisher to see if they have a test item file that you can use to go with your class text. See ya.